Hello everybody, this is Frontal Baba here, and welcome to race number 7 of the 2018 NASCAR Siemens National season. This is the I Love New York 200 at Watkins Glen International. That's right, we're back on another road course which we shall be making left and mostly right turns for this race, so that's going to be great fun, as this is Frontal Baba's favorite track on the NASCAR schedule, and this race should be a good one. Now I should also say that this is going to be another Road Atlanta or Sebring race, as this is one of the default tracks, so that comes with Atlanta 2003, so this race should be a good one. So without further ado, let's head trackside to give you a starting grid for the race. Starting on pole is Christopher Bell, now trying to make up for his fatal mistake that he made at Richmond. Alongside him is Frontal Baba second, with making his second NASCAR season start of the season. Third place right behind him is teammate Dom Wazowski. Fourth place is Tyler Reddick. Fifth is Ed Wood. Sixth is Hednet. Seventh is John Nemechek. Eighth is Joel Logano. Ninth is Russell David. 10th is Daniel Suarez. 11th is Eric Gamboa. 12th is Rebecca. 13th is Ty Majeski. 14th is Michael Annette. 15th is Brandon Jones. 16th is Matt Tift. 17th is Justin Allgaier. 18th is Elliott Sadler. 19th is Ty Dillon. 20th is Ryan Reed. 21st is Cole Custer. 22nd is Shane Lamb. 23rd is Ryan Sieg. 24th is Garrett Smithley. 25th is Jeremy Clements. 26th is Winston Rimmer. 27th is Bob Hunter. 28th is Ross Chastain. 21st, 29th is Vinny Miller. 30th is Ernie Irvin. 31st is Xander Monty. And last 32nd is Mitch Bronson, the Teddy Ryan Motorsports driver. That's the wrong thing. So, okay, we've made quite a few mistakes this race already. I've had enough to edit a part out because I don't know what's up with Mom, but she loves to interrupt me in this race for some reason. So we're going to have to try to do this race properly. So if Mommy comes into this room again, I swear I am going to break something. But with that being said, it's now time for racing at Watkins Glen International, the second road course stop on the NASCAR calendar for both these series, as the NASCAR Siemens actually we're racing on the second road course of the season here at Watkins Glen. Now this track is a legendary one. I think it was saved by NASCAR themselves some time ago, and now Watkins Glen is going better than ever. And of course, that is made very well by the fact that the NASCAR Siemens National Series is coming to Watkins Glen for today's event. So the field is just doing its thing. It might take a little while for us to get back to the it might take us a while to get back to the starting thingy-majiggy though, but we can at least appreciate what this track has to offer. It's got quite a few turns, got an uphill, and eventually going into a chicane, but no boot section. However, for some reason here in NASCAR they like to skip the boot section, so that's what we're gonna be not doing for today. But I mean, who knows, maybe we'll come back for next season. It's a bit of a mystery, but we'll see how that turns out eventually. But of course today is no boot section, but we do have the bus stop chicane, as the field is just gonna pace through it just right about now. And yeah, we noticed that Kyle Larson was doing some things, so I forgot to check the rule book. But until we do that, John Nemechek will be filling in number 42 ride for the Guitar time. For some reason, Eric Gamboa, he's I don't know what's up with Eric Gamboa. He's doing some things. I'm not sure. Also, I believe Eric Gamboa was in his third ever NASCAR, or his third NASCAR Siemens National start of the season. I believe he got one start at Daytona, and made a second start at Richmond. Speaking of Richmond, some people kind of want to put Richmond behind them, especially Christopher Bell after making that terrible mistake and possibly could have won that race. There's also Tyler Reddick, who also got involved into a lap 2 crash, which took him out straight away. And same thing for Russell David too. Russell David really wants to forget about Richmond after he went upside down in that number 2 accident. This race, however, is 23 laps, so not the longest race in the history of the world. But since the road course, it's gonna last a considerable amount of time at best. Although we'll see who is best here at Watkins Glen, though. Of course, Frontal Baba, he's definitely wants to put on a show. As Frontal Baba, one of the reasons why Frontal Baba decided to take part in this race is because he wants to train the rookie drivers at Tobon Motorsports, being Russell David and Dom Wazowski. But more importantly, Dom Wazowski, as Dom Wazowski nearly got his first career win at Richmond. We'll see if Dom Wazowski will be able to redeem himself in this race. I'm really not sure, but hey, anything can happen in these races. Okay, so for some reason Eric got roller switches up here in the middle of the field. I'm not sure what's up with him, but I guess he might just start there on the restart. Or on the, when I say restart, it's the start of the race, of course. This is the official start of the race. Let's see how long we can go without a caution. Well, this is Watkins Glen. We use a track that doesn't have so many cars. Okay, I don't know what's up with Eric on road. For some reason, he's always pulling on the pit road, so I don't know what the heck is up with him. Either way, pace car is off of pit road, and the field will line up accordingly. Coming to the green flag, and green flag is out. We are underway at Watkins Glen for the running of the I Love New York 200, of course. For development already with an early, but here we have the downhill section which goes into the first turn of the track. It's a very wild first turn. Oh, looks like a couple guys are peeking on the rumble. So Russell Davidoff will already make up for some spots in the race. Meanwhile, Frank Tobaba and Dominic Wazowski have pulled out into first and second. So Tobaba Motorsports now 1-2 to start the race. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is now just trying to get settled in. Here's Chris Bell hanging out in third, and Edward running out, hanging out in fourth place, with Hendon now in fifth. Hendon, your winner from Richmond, is now doing his thingy-majiggies along with Tyler Reddick side by side with him as well. Looks like for the most part the field, however, is making it through the track nice and cleanly. And Frank Tobaba now pulling away already. But for the most part the field is... Ooh, Russell David now making a pass for Tyler Reddick. That's going to be the position for... Well, I'm not sure actually. We'll see exactly what these, or where, who is where for these positions on the lap. Looks like Russell David was unable to complete the pass there, but he's now moved up to 7th. Okay, the game took a considerable amount of time to update itself there, but here is Frank Tobaba now running here in first and pulling away by quite a margin. And Frank Tobaba wanting to get some extra experience here in the NASCAR Siemens before he starts the race tomorrow in the NASCAR Skills Cup Series. So here he is running up at first, but Dom Wazowski, his teammate, is hanging out there a second. And Dom Wazowski, while Dom Wazowski didn't win the race at Richmond, after Christopher Bell's terrible mistake, Dom Wazowski did, however, take the points lead after Richmond. Now, if Dom Wazowski stays out in first place, or not first place, second place here, Dom Wazowski will extend his points lead. But Dom Wazowski wants to up by 1 by overtaking his team boss, Frank Tobaba. And meanwhile, Frank Tobaba is pulling away to an extensive lead as of now. Frank Tobaba might just be unstoppable. For the most part, the field is now just getting itself tame. I'm not sure if we're going to see any more passes here and there, but we might just see one here eventually. Christopher Bell now currently running up in third place. Christopher Bell, he did have the points to go into Richmond, but lost a few spots in the point standings after his fatal mistake. Christopher Bell looking to redeem that today. As for the rest of the field, however, everyone seems to be taming Watkins Glen somewhat nicely here and there. Frank Tobaba now currently pulling away with Dom Wazowski in second place, and everyone else just going through chicane accordingly. I'm not sure we're going to see a lap traffic movement factor in this race, however, because there's Animani running back here in 30th, and Eric on roll doing something. I don't know what's up Eric on roll, but here's coming through the S's. And Frank Tobaba now pulling away to a rather extensive lead. We might see him dominate this whole entire thing, though. And Frank Tobaba could take the over 9,000 car to its third win of the season. So far this season, the over 9,000 car has seen victory lane twice, both in the hands of bank coaches. And Frank Tobaba looks like he wants to take the over 9,000 car to victory lane for a third time this season in the hands of himself. As it was Frank Tobaba's decision to bring back the over 9,000 car here in NASCAR Siemens Series. Although if you wonder why Frank Tobaba decided not to drive the number 13 car instead of the over 9,000, well, simply because Frank Tobaba takes a lot of pride in the number 13 car, and Frank Tobaba has made it clear that he will be the only person that ever drives number 13 car. And so Frank Tobaba didn't want to see anyone else drive the number 13 car in NASCAR Siemens Series season. So then Frank Tobaba decided to put in the over 9,000 car. And Freund de Bob would be a bit more okay with the fact that multiple drivers will be over 9,000 car for this year's NASCAR Siemens Series season. As to Bob Motorsports, a new team to the NASCAR Siemens National Series, and for good reasoning. And we could see a bit of foreshadowing for the NASCAR Siemens National Series race, or not NASCAR Series Cup Series race here tomorrow. As Freund de Bob, of course, will be running running tomorrow's race in every single NASCAR Skills Cup Series race. I don't know, I'm getting the series confused now. Of course, there's a big difference between NASCAR Siemens National Series and the Skills Cup Series, but here's Freund de Bob leading the Siemens National Series. So, he's in first place, and he might lead every single lap, and it looks like for the most part the field is remaining fairly tame. I'm not sure if we missed any overtakes here and there, but it looks like Johnny Nemechek's trying to perform an overtake over Edwood. But for the most part, no one seems to have the advantage, though. I was expecting this race to be slightly more competitive than the race that we had at Road Atlanta, because the race at Road Atlanta was quite a bout of confusion and delay. But I can't tell. Oh, looks like Joe Logano's a blown engine. I don't know where he got a blown engine from. We're gonna have to rewind and see what happened to him, because Joe Logano, a blown engine out of somewhere. I can't tell where it came from, but we're gonna have to rewind by quite a bit to see. And apparently, I don't know what happened to Joe Logano, but yeah, he apparently was racing. Oh, I guess all by himself coming through this corner here. Engine just blows up all by itself. Man, that is bad for Joe Logano. Well, not really bad, though, because he's a Cup Series driver, a Cup Leagues, if you will, running here in the NASCAR Siemens National Series. So, Dom Druzowski, now the leading series regular, so even if Dom Druzowski doesn't win this race, he will take back the points lead, and we could see Dom Druzowski do what Austin Dillon did in 2013, I think it was. I think it was 2013 or something that Austin Dillon won the Siemens National Series Championship then, and he didn't win a single race. Dom Druzowski might want to do the same thing. He might go this entire season without a win and yet still win the championship, providing, however, he keeps his car on the road and doesn't do silly things. And so far, Dom Druzowski hasn't done any of that this season. Although Dom, he could have taken the lead at Richmond, only to get slowed up by Mitch Bronson. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell, he's up here currently running in third place, and Christopher Bell will gain some points. Well, actually, no. Dom Druzowski, Christopher Bell will lose more points on Dom Druzowski if he gets speed by him. So that's something. Meanwhile, we have Henne. Henne doing somewhat well in the point standings after his win at Richmond. Only the second series regular to win a Siemens National Series race this season. Christopher Bell was the first one to do it at Daytona. Behind him, we have Tyler Reddick here. Tyler Reddick also looking to really improve his positions, because Tyler Reddick, he lost all of his spots or quite a few positions in the point standings after his lap 1 crash at Richmond. So here is Tyler Reddick now trying to make the steps to try to bounce back. Behind him, we have Edwood, currently running in 6th, still attempting to get his first Siemens National Series win of the season now. He wants to top Henne in doing so as well. Finally, we have Johnny Nemechek, a driver who is not competing for points but is competing for fun, driving the number 42 car for Chip Ganassi Racing. And Johnny Nemechek is one of 2 confirmed drivers to drive number 42 car of the season. As Johnny Nemechek, he is not competing for points back in the Skills Cup Series. Therefore, Johnny Nemechek will be able to run as many NASCAR Siemens National Series this season as he wants to. Behind him, we have Russell David, and as you might have noticed in the NASCAR Siemens National, or in the race at Richmond last week, Russell David debuted the Nickelodeon sponsored car, only for that car to go upside down within the lap 2 crash. So Russell David bring back out the BNSF sponsored car to do something in this race. Behind him, we have Daniel Suarez making another NASCAR Siemens National start of the season. Although Daniel Suarez did return to the NASCAR Siemens National seat at Richmond. And so here is Daniel Suarez in his 3rd NASCAR Siemens National start of this season. Anyways, I'm missing a bit of stuff here in the... Oh, also we have some stuff here. Ty Dillon, we just realized the first car to go a lap down the race is Froy Jababa swiftly makes it past him. Yeah, here's Ty Dillon. After Ty Dillon, he finished dead last at Daytona only because he couldn't even start the race entirely because Ty Dillon blew an engine before the race even started. And so therefore, here is Ty Dillon now running in 31st. Not a good day for Ty Dillon as of yet. Meanwhile, here's Dom Trzaskowski still holding it in 3rd place. So far, we haven't seen a ton of action in this race. We might see some action unfold starting soon, but it depends on who the drivers decide. Anyway, here's Froy Jababa now continuing to throw himself in the lead. I'll check something. Yeah, Froy Jababa, he's out there in 1st, which is interesting, isn't it? Well, I say it's interesting. It's not really a surprise, is it now? Froy Jababa, he wasn't expecting to lead some laps here at Watkins Glen, and here he is just down. He's just trying to feel. Okay, Ty Dillon getting. Okay, Ty Dillon. Wow, he's playing dangerous with Dom Trzaskowski. Ty Dillon should remember though he is now an entire lap down, and yet being lapped by the rookie Dom Trzaskowski. So I guess that's something. Here, Christopher Bell also now putting Ty Dillon some more. Well, Ty Dillon's already lapped down, but Ty Dillon now getting overtaken by the field significantly. But surprisingly, Ty Dillon's the first one to become a lap down. So I'm not sure how many other cars. But here's Eric Almirola. He's back here in 30th, but he's just now going through the bus stop chicane. And meanwhile, here comes Froy Jababa now just off of turn number 1. So Froy Jababa with a very, very big lead over the 2nd place driver of Dom Trzaskowski. Dom Trzaskowski, he's just coming up through the S as well. Froy Jababa now just exiting the S's. I guess Froy Jababa, he originally he entered this race with an idea of doing something. I honestly don't know Froy Jababa's entire plan of taking part in this race, but let's imagine if Froy Jababa was in this race, Dom Trzaskowski would be leading by quite a bit in this race. Hey, it could happen though. There's still a few chances that Dom Trzaskowski could get the win because of the fact that there are no cup leads to worry about. Of course, this race has a very powerful cup league, being possibly the most powerful cup league imaginable, being Froy Jababa. All drivers were a bit worried about Froy Jababa taking part in this race, and he has just destroyed the field. Yeah, drivers not entirely sure why Froy Jababa was running in this race, because Froy Jababa, he already has 3 wins in the NASCAR Siemens. I'm getting confused now. Froy Jababa already has 3 wins in the NASCAR Skills Cup Series season, and Froy Jababa leading by an entire race in the point standings in the NASCAR Skills Cup Series. Meanwhile, Froy Jababa running here in Watkins Glen for reasons that I honestly don't really know. So, yeah. I guess that's a thing why Froy Jababa is now running here. Oh well. Although now that Banco's now completed his races for this season, all 3 of his races now, Froy Jababa is the only Cup driver left, and Froy Jababa is in his 3rd, or not, 2nd NASCAR Siemens Sanctions start of this season. This means that Froy Jababa will only have 1 more opportunity to run a NASCAR Siemens Sanctions race this season. But Froy Jababa having a bit of a mind change on if he's going to run a 3rd NASCAR Siemens Sanctions race this year or not. Yeah, Froy Jababa is starting to rethink it. Does he want to run another NASCAR Simulation race season, or does he want to just not do the NASCAR Simulation series anymore? Does he want to just focus on the Skills Cup Series, because that's where everything matters? See, if Froy Jababa was being this dominant here in the NASCAR Skills Cup Series, all that won't matter, because Froy Jababa would extend his points even more. But this isn't the Skills Cup Series. This isn't that. This race of me getting the 2 races confused. I guess that's what happens when you have 2 race series with very similar titles. Anyway. It might take a caution though for something to happen. Although cautions aren't the most common thing here at Watkins Glen. Here's Xander Monty now just coming to turn 1, so Froy Jababa, if you're gonna get him to some lap traffic, he has a long way to go. And we're almost halfway in this race already, and yet Froy Jababa Nowhere near any lap traffic. Also, in fact, Ford was also this dominant in the Daytona race, which was the Grand Tour 300. Ford was dominant in that race until he come up with a slower pack, and that took him out of contention for a win. And then that wound up going to Christopher Bell with Thomas coming up second place. So, speaking of Dom Strzelski, he's still in second place. Man, Dom Strzelski, he already has 2 runner finish this season. It looked like that he was going to get a runner finish at Richmond until Kyle Larson overtook him. And here he is now running in a runner position here in Watkins Glen. Dear oh dear. This race, however, not the most crazy race in the entire world, but I mean, still something to look out for. And meanwhile, here is Russell David. Looks like he's still running 7, but lost a little bit of ground to John Nemechek, and Russell David now getting caught up by Daniel Suarez. We'll have to see if Daniel Suarez is going to normally overtake at some point in the race, but we'll see if that happens eventually. The first time I saw the Juniper car, I actually thought that was Brandon Jones' car. Because Brandon Jones also drives the Juniper sponsored car. Oh, here's Hennet. Looks like we have a bit of a battle developing, however, for 3rd place. Here is Hennet trying to overtake Christopher Bell for that 3rd place position. Hennet might have to get a run going through a few of these turns, but that's providing he gets to go on the inside lane to do that, however. But Hennet, he is getting closer and closer to the rear bumper of Christopher Bell. Only losing a teeny weeny little bit of ground on the edge of the corners. So Hennet slowly but surely catching up to Christopher Bell and attempting to make that pass for position. Man, Hennet, he is right there on the rear of Christopher Bell. If Hennet can just go to the inside lane one of these turns, he can't overtake Christopher Bell because he is right there. Look, oh, Hennet went a bit wide there, but kind of curves down the exit of the bus stop chicane. Here's Hennet getting slowly but surely closer to Christopher Bell. I'm not sure this is going to be better, just something that Hennet's doing to do something. I don't know, I guess it's tucking in behind Christopher Bell for right now. I can't honestly tell exactly what might happen next, but something has to. Yeah, maybe Watkins Glen wasn't as good a race as we originally thought. Yeah. Thankfully, this race, however, is going to be a slightly shorter one. It's still not going to be anywhere near as long as Richmond. So this race is 23 laps long, so it's not the most longest and agonizing race ever. But at the same time, there's not really any action anywhere. So Watkins Glen, really a race for everyone is just getting straightened out on the point standings, I suppose, or something. I can't really tell, to be honest. Flying Bobbin, unsurprisingly, still leading by several feet. Back here, I guess we just focus on the battle between, or well, I say battle, it seems to be a bit more of a chase, as Hennet is now just, I don't know, but no one seems to be swapping positions anymore. In fact, I think this race is now just turned to a parade at this point. Oh dear. Yeah, we might have to consider putting Watkins Glen on the list of tracks that are either something to be done or something, I don't know, but yeah, Watkins Glen, not the most exciting race in the entire world. To be honest, really, I'm not entirely sure what might happen. I don't know. I mean, there's Hennet. He's hanging up behind there, he's hanging in there behind Christopher Bell, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and there's also the Skills Cup Series race here tomorrow, so something might happen then or something might not happen then. I can't really tell, to be honest. I can't really tell. Unless it's the same thing as this, in which case You can kind of see what's gonna happen from a mile off. Or something, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, here's Winston Rimmer. Hey, might do something in this race? I can't really tell. Winston Rimmer currently running in 31st. We'll have to see what he does, but we can't really tell, to be honest. We really right here is just sitting back here in 31st. So, hey, going to Bob might come in and get stuck behind for some laps or something. Bit of a mystery, to be honest. Either way, this is Winston Rimmer, now currently running 31st and Floyd above running in first place, so we could see Floyd above get out by Winston Rimmer for some laps, or we could see nothing happen at all, and Floyd above just goes right past him. It's I mean, it's a little bit of a mystery scenario, but yeah. There's Winston Rimmer. Oh, and okay. I was about to say Floyd above got held up significantly by Winston Rimmer, but there he goes in first again. That's lovely. See what's happening to the field. Looks like Eric Rolls managed to find speed again somehow. I don't know about Eric Roll, but I guess for some reason he went all the way back there, but I guess now he's just making his way up through the field again or something. But for the most part, the field is pretty much the same. I think for this point is just going to be Eric Roll is overtaking these guys. Here goes Eric Roll now putting the bumper on Ernie Irvin, trying to overtake him for a position. There he goes. Eric Roll now making his way around Ernie Irvin. Easy peasy. Also about to make his position up on Ross Chastain. I guess Eric Roll's not the guy who's just gonna make up all these spots. In fact, Eric, I think he started at at Daytona, so I think this might just be Eric Roll's final race of the season. And the Siemens Extras. Bit of a shame too, because there was a paint scheme that I made for Eric Roll, and I kind of should have made it so I made an appearance in the race, but whoopsies. Oh, here's here's something happening. Apparently, okay, we've missed a lot of action. We do apologize for any confusion and delay. Turns out that we missed an entire lap of action. So Dom Jawazowski was leading the pack, but then came some confusion and delay. So we do apologize for missing that action, but we shall now go back a lap and see exactly what did happen. So Winston Rimmer is now going up through the S's, and he is there, going as slow as a snail on the straightaway. And here comes Dom Jawazowski in second place, but then he goes through the bus stop chicane. However, it seems to me that the field was just bunching up with each other through the bus stop chicane, but then Dom Jawazowski just closing on Winston Rimmer. Then we come onto this stretch, and it looks like Dom Jawazowski got held up by Winston Rimmer. That's gonna allow Christopher Bell to get by him, and same for Hennat. A bit of a disaster for Dom Jawazowski. It looks like Winston Rimmer is going to finally give in to the outside lane, but that's going to cause Dom Jawazowski to cut positions. That's also going to cause, oh no, here's John Everich and Tyler Reddick. Now they're in a bit of battle with each other. John Everich is going to take the optimal line there in a way, and therefore they will make it around Winston Rimmer. But Dom Jawazowski has now lost second place, now going back down to 4th place. Oh dear, that's caused a bit of problems for Dom Jaworski in terms of the point standings. Because of course, Hendon won that race at Richmond. Despite the fact that Christopher Bell made that mistake at Richmond, it seems that Christopher Bell is now about to make that up eventually in this race or something. And now Christopher Bell is now runs second with Hendon in 3rd and Dom Jaworski in 4th, along with Tyler Reddick in 6th and John Nemechek in 7th, I think. No. Is that right? No. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. There you go. It seems to me that this track is not very pass-worthy, though, so I don't know what I could think about that. But, So with that being said, the field is still doing the thing. Yeah, this track is not very pass-worthy. We still have the NASCAR Skills Cup Series race to see if that proves to be a better, somewhat of a show, but I'm not sure. Oh dear, we have been on about here. It looks like that Dom Jaworski is now getting in a battle with Tyler Reddick. Looks like now Tyler Reddick and Dom Jaworski now side by side down the straightaway. Here's Dom Jaworski trying to get the overall run on Tyler Reddick, but looks like two will go side by side through the bus stop chicane. Here is Dom Jaworski, and it looks like he's gonna try to give in a way, but Tyler Reddick is right there. And Dom Jaworski is gonna have to give away the position to Tyler Reddick. And now side by side with John Nemechek, these two might have to trade a position as well. Dom Jaworski trying to keep his position over John Nemechek, and it looks like he will. Not quite sure yet, but yeah, it looks like Dom Jaworski will tuck in front of John Nemechek to keep that position. But now Dom Jaworski continuing to fall back still in this race, as Tyler Reddick was successfully able to complete the pass back there. It's not the best outcome for some of these guys, but an outcome is an outcome. Meanwhile, there's Freund Bobbin pulling away by a massive lead. But here is Christopher Bell now currently running in 2nd place. So Freund Bobbin with now a humongous lead at Watkins Glen. Freund Bobbin has had some big leads before, but Freund Bobbin can't remember the last time that he's had this big of a lead in a race ever. It's not the most surprising thing in the world, however, as Freund Bobbin is running NASCAR Siemens Exodus up against some less experienced drivers. But either way, it's a bit of a thing. Oh, wait, what's this? The caution has come out, according to the lights. The caution is out with only 2 laps to go. Alright, so something eventually happens. So that being said, let's take a look at what happened that caused the caution this time around. I have no idea what could have been, but we're going to have to find out. Looks like the lights were on for a certain amount of time. But we shall see exactly what happened that caused the caution. First caution, possibly the only one of the races, I'm not sure what caused it. It was... I don't know. Oh, Daniel Suarez. Wow, okay, Daniel Suarez. I guess what was happening is that Daniel Suarez, he was just rolling on nicely, and then his engine blew up. A very similar situation as what happened to Cole Custer. Looks like that must have brought the caution, though. Oh, the lights were still green, however. But yeah, I guess when Daniel Suarez stopped on the racetrack, that's what brought the caution. So Daniel Suarez has a blown engine and has now come to a complete stop on the racetrack. And is now back on pit road. That's going to bring out the caution in the race. We'll see how the field lines up behind the pace car, but I believe this might be the race decided. Because we have a caution come out with less than 2 laps to go, so if the field doesn't go back green next time by, this race will end under caution. So this could possibly be the 2nd race of the season that will end under a caution flag. and the field will line up behind the pace car. Freund Bobbin had a humongous lead on the field, though. That's not saying that this lead will be lost, though. Freund Bobbin, of course, you know, he had that huge lead, but even so, if we don't go back green flag racing, however, Freund Bobbin will be the winner of the race. And probably if there was a restart, Freund Bobbin would still be there in first place. So the field is now just lining up behind the pace car accordingly. We're gonna see what the field looks like when we come back to start finish line. So the entire field was quite a bit spread out. There's James Spoiler for the road. So it looks like the field will be lining up behind the pace car accordingly. So there'll be an interesting long train of cars as we we'll eventually come back by the start finish line. Here's Cole Custer just catching up to the field and all these other guys as well. So like Garrett Smith and a few of those guys, the one that were going a bit slow, we're going to be lining up on the pace car, like so. Or by the field, I should say. Not by the pace car, that would sounds a bit silly. But I think this race says that they're gonna enter a caution. So let's see what happens when we get back to the finish line. So white flag to 1 lap to go. Whites are still on the pace car. And despite the fact that we have 1 more lap to go, we're still gonna be under caution. And therefore, Daniel Swartz with a blown engine. Looks like the race is now officially ended in terms of the competition side of things. Let's just fast forward this. White flag came out back there, sponsored by Credit One Bank. But as field circles the track one last time, let's just make sure. Of course, we don't want to waste your time. You know, not really much to see. So, coming off of the final turn, the field going as slow as a snail, but Freund Bobbin has it. And on the flag stand, I believe, is going to be the sight of the checkered flag. Yes, indeed, checkered flag is out, and Freund Bobbin, under caution, will win the I Love New York 200 at Watkins Glen. And that will result in Freund Bobbin getting his first NASCAR Siemens National Series win ever, despite already winning 3 races in the NASCAR Skills Cup Series. And under a caution flag, Freund Bobbin is victorious. He had a humongous lead before the caution, and I believe that even if the caution did come out, Freund Bobbin would have still had won the race. So let's just fast forward once again back to the start finish line, and we'll see how the field lines up or goes on the pit road. Because yeah, that's it. That's the final lap. Checkered flag came out. Race is over. And I guess the field will now be going back down pit road. Indeed, so the pace car will now lead the entire field down the pit road as the race is officially over. So all drivers will be lining up to their pit stalls. Overall, a very unsurprising race. No really surprises here and there. And yeah, that's resulted in the overall way this race turned out. So yeah, so a race with no real surprises here and there. Has one up in front of Bobbin being victorious. So some guys are trying to still get back into their pit stalls. Yep. That field just all just going into their pit boxes. How cool is that? Well, that was Watkins Glen. A very unsurprising race ends up with Freund Bobbin winning the day. So, with that being said, let's take a look at their finishing position. So, Freund Bobbin will win the race, getting his first NASCAR Simulation Series race ever, and will bring the over 9,000 car to victory lane for the 3rd time in the season. With Christopher Bell finishing 2nd, Hendon at 3rd, Tyler Reddick 4th, Dom Zazowski 5th, John Nemechek 6th, Edward 7th, Tommy Jesse 8th, Russell David 9th, Rebecca 10th, Brandon Jones 11th, Justin Allgaier 12th, Michael Lynette 13th, Matt Tipp 14th, Brian Reed 15th, Elliot Sadler 16th, Cole Custer 17th, Garrett Smithley 18th, Eric Arvola 19th, Brian Sig 20th, Bob Parr 21st, Shane Lamb 22nd, Jamie Combs 23rd, Ross Hussein 24th, Ernie Irvin 25th, Vinny Miller 26th, Rich Bonds 27th, Danny Martin 38th, Ty Dillon 29th, Dave Suarez 30th, West Rimmer 31st, and Joe Logano in 32nd. So, that was a very unclimatic race, a race that, to be honest, didn't really have anything going for it. Well, I mean, it had things going for it, but after the point, the ball just pulled away, the race was just nothing, so. That was Watkins Glen. It's going to be on a bit of a bow for next season unless the Cup Series race tomorrow can prove to be a more exciting show. Or we could see Floyd Bobbin doing a domination. We could see another Tobal Motorsports sweep. As you know, Bank Coach did sweep the Bristol race when he both the NASCAR Siemens Nationals race and the East Coast Cup Series race. We might just see Floyd Bobbin now going to do the exact same thing. Except this time, Floyd Bobbin doing it on the same team, driving, well, I don't know if Tony will be in the Flame car tomorrow or not, but we'll get to see. But with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video.